let me change the presentation. And in the meantime, I will want everyone, please, if you have a laptop, to be prepared for the practice workshop, the practical part of the workshop. So start to turn it on, and get ready. So, hi everyone. My name is Alessandro Martinelli from the Johannes Kepler University in Linz, and I'm a technician, not exactly a theoretician. So I will start by underlining that this presentation is not to show how cool is our research or our department, but instead it is meant for you, to help you. Often what I see in research is that researchers have a lot of difficulty. It's okay, it's good.
On purpose.
It's okay, we are going to start. So, researchers have a lot of difficulties in finding concrete and impactful topics, or research methods, or ideas to develop their research. And in my personal experience, a good way to resolve the lack of ideas is to know what is the most current state of art and what exactly and concretely can be done with the tools that we have available. So what I'm going to do now is just to show a super fast list of a lot of AI tools to give you some inspiration. Inspiration for your next work, maybe, I hope so. So stay focused, it's going to be very short and very fast. So ready, steady, go. Let's start with ChatGPT. Why do we start with ChatGPT? It is because whatever you are looking for online, whatever you are going to try online, will probably be easier to be done through ChatGPT instead of any other AI tool. ChatGPT is like, the father of AI tools, we could say. It was not the first, but sure now it has the main role, and many AI tools that we can find online and are described as the best for education, the best for slide creation. They are actually just like small copies of ChatGPT. Probably ChatGPT will be able to do it better. Okay. So let's start by coding. Of course, this is something that ChatGPT can do very, very well. This is an example of a super fast way of making a calculator. So another way is the website development that now is revolutionizing the web development field. And yes, this was an example. It literally copied a website in a few minutes if you just copy the prompt, the output. But of course, you have to refine always the ChatGPT's outputs to have a good result, an important result. So another thing that you can do with ChatGPT is just web developing. So you can fire your web developer in your research department. So what else? Computer vision. That's something that you probably have never used in ChatGPT, or if you have used it, maybe not that much. So you can sketch your notes and exercises or your shopping list, like in this case, and ask ChatGPT from the picture to make you the interactive Excel file of your own shopping list. And from that, from the sketch to the Excel, then to the Excel to the data analysis, and from the data analysis to the research. No, this is not possible, not good to be done. But of course, you can do graphics, and of course in a lot of way, and they are interactive. So in the most of these features are probably still in the premium version of ChatGPT's. So you only have interactive spreadsheets in the premium version, but still is very good if you need to work interactively with the AI. So I would totally recommend to use it, especially if you have to deep research. Some other things that probably a lot of people don't use is the drive upload. So you can let, ChatGPT read
what?
drive
the driver?
Drive upload. If you have Google Drive, you can let ChatGPT read some of your files. Don't worry about. You can read the privacy statements and the privacy agreement, but it's quite okay for now to let your OpenAI connect to your Google Drive. It's totally safe. So this is one feature, and from that you can you can let your colleagues cooperate on Google Drive, and at the same time you can let ChatGPT intervene on that. One other feature which is very useful is Canva ChatGPT. This is one of the plugins, but we will get to that. So I gave to Canva ChatGPT this prompt that was very nice, which is done is better than perfect. And I asked him to do a presentation just from that sentence, and he gave me a couple of possible presentations in layouts. Where does this Canva ChatGPT come from? It comes from the store of the. I know it's very fast, but don't worry. If you have any question, then you can do it. So it comes from the ChatGPT store. It is probably only available in the premium version, and it gives a lot of tools that can extend the ChatGPT functionalities. Some of the most trending are, of course, Consensus or Scholar AI, which are the educational research field part, but there are many, many more. Of course, the PDF readings or some image generation, writing enhancement. As I was saying, Consensus and Scholar AI are the most famous about research and analysis. For programming, of course, to have a deeper, they call it agent. So it's like a companion to your programming skills to make them most efficient. Education, of course. So maybe that's probably the one that you will like the most. So AI Tutor or Universal Primer are quite similar, to the research field. Sorry, I just double-clicked. Okay. And many more. Of course, lifestyle. You can have your diet done by ChatGPT. I have my diet done by ChatGPT, and of course my gym program. But this is another story. So let's just compare some possible tools and features from GPTs. Consensus and Scholar AI are probably the two most important in the research features. So if you ask the same prompt to both, which will be the better? There is no real answer to that. They are very good both, and one will prefer some list in a very short and quick way. Another one will be a bit more long and will use image. So now, generative AI. We were talking about generative AI during the Brankus presentation, and we were saying that generative means whatever will give an output starting from a prompt. So there are lots of possible outputs from a generative AI. You, of course, know ChatGPT and, in general, large language models, but actually there are many, many ways to ask an AI for an output. One, for example, is text to image. So text to image will ask just for a prompt and will give us all the image that we need. Just a quick sentence about what we are looking at. The AIs that we are going to see from now on are not from services, but are programmed, are installed on an offline computer and can be personalized. And this is very good. I would totally recommend to researchers to do that, to use offline AIs, because they are, of course, more careful about privacy. So if you want to experiment with students, you have total control of privacy for them, but also you can personalize them much more than online services that have some limitations about computer usage, computation, and so on, and a lot of more advantages that you can find online. So this is the text to image. But there is also image to image modifications, and they can be very quick and personalized. So this was an algorithm to find the person in an image and to substitute it with a moment. So this was the comparison, and it is really well done, of course. This is the state of art. This is from 2 or 3 weeks ago. Image to text, or maybe to prompt. This is very important. Actually, the prompting generation is something that we tend to underestimate a lot. Because, how you prompt to get an output is making totally the difference. Did you know that being gentle with ChatGPT will give him like 5 or 10% more efficient outcomes? or like, thanking him, or even, that's my favorite, asking for reasoning step by step will give, like a 200% better results. Actually, not exactly better results, but that will prevent from ChatGPT to make mistakes. So if you don't want him to make mistakes, you should always ask him at the end of the prompt to make a reasoning list step by step. This is just some tricks, and of course they will be implemented slowly into the normal ChatGPT. But there are lots of tricks, and you can find them online, of course, no problem. But yeah, this is something that in research we should be aware of course. And one other thing, do you know how much ChatGPT is consumed for each prompt? So each of us is probably, talking to our students about environmental sustainability and awareness, but nobody of us probably know how much a prompt costs in terms of, impact in electricity usage or in terms of computing usage. Somebody knows? No, okay, I don't exactly remember, but it's something like about even just 6 prompts are equal to a full charge of phone. So it's about, I don't know, 6 kilowatts or something like that. I'm not good with, that kind of exchange in measurements, but yeah, it's about 1 full charge for 6 or 10 prompts, which is not much. So that means that for billion people, ChatGPT is consuming a lot of energy. So one suggestion that I have for you is to not use ChatGPT if you just need to do a Google search. If you want to do a Google search, Google is much better than ChatGPT. Okay. So ChatGPT is good for reasoning mostly, especially now that there is O1, which is the most recent version, that will probably answer to Karen's questions about how can I face the math problems through ChatGPT. Yeah, the new O1 feature, which is very limited and is like a preview, is already able to solve any PhD level in math questions.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, you can use it, but it's pretty limited. So you can use it like at 10 questions per day or something like that. So
it's enough.
Yeah, of course it's enough for a PhD. So going on, software resolution. That's something really useful, especially in historical research, because for degraded documents, this will totally do the same, the change. Or something very interesting.
Moving back.
The original here is better. But only here.
This is just a very short example that I did. This was recording my screen, but you can do much better results just by prompting well, just by giving the good guidance. You have no idea how much fakes are generated every day. On your Instagram, like 20% of what you see and believe that is true, it was AI generated. Wow. So what do we do with video, with style transfer, I mean this one, with a video? You have a video stylized. So this is like a Minecraft, I was asking for some Minecraft style to my video, and this was the outcome, of course. So, ControlNet, I will go very fast, sorry Branko. ControlNet?
No, thank you.
Okay. It's something peculiar. Well, let me show you the outcome and then you will easily understand. It's understanding the traits of an image to make a better, okay, or anything else. So it's not just about sketching, but is about making the AI understand the image. So ControlNet means that how the AI understands the image. So it can, that's what AI was thinking. Okay, it can see the traits, you can tell, I say H, but you can tell to the AI to search for specific traits in the image that can be the depth, that can be the, you know, the pose, or you know, the outlines, or the colors, or yeah, whatever, and it will read the traits. And this is very impactful in, you know, graphics and engineering industry, because it's going to, yeah, like erase a lot of personnel. Yeah. So this is an example in the entertainment industry. There is no more need for people coloring, because AI can color very easily, and a lot of people will lose their job. This is both sad but also promising in, you know, human progress. So this is segmentation. This is another example of recognizing with a certain percentage of confidence what the AI is looking, and it will give you an Excel of whatever you are looking for. So maybe sky sign, person, and it can generate from that an image in the style that you want. So that's very useful. These are all things that students can use. And of course, my favorite, image to video. So recently, video AIs are out. This was all made from AI. This is totally, completely generated from zero. And it's very credible, isn't it? So, from that, you can wonder, what if we use ControlNet to image to video? So from a sketch, you can have a movie, even just from a sketch. So the next to crumble will probably be the cinema industry. And of course, deepfakes. So don't worry, society is not going to crumble, because we are lucky. We are in Europe and we have a very good regulation about AI. But let's say that all of us in our job need to keep updated a lot. So I have a challenge for you now. Let's be a bit interactive. Which one is the fake?
Both.
I would say
Who thinks that the right one for you is the fake?
The right one?
The right one for you is the fake. Who thinks the left one is the fake? A lot of people. Yeah, but maybe we will never know. So let's look at some last example. It's like the interpolation. So in animation industry, yeah, none of the personnel is not needed anymore, because you can sketch the first frame and the last frame, and AI will do everything. This was, you know, on the white sketchy side, you can see the sketches that were done, and on the right side, the results made from AI. That's crazy, because you don't need people to work anymore. Okay, text to speech. This was something different. I hope that it's not going. I don't have volume. Sorry, just a moment. So now it should be okay. So that was the example that I gave to the AI. Oh, come on. Really. I'm sorry it's not working, but yeah.
I think the connection is...
It's audio, but it's turned off. But it's okay.
Or maybe, because I was there before. Maybe this button should help.
Yeah, try it now.
Try it.
Let's see.
It helped me before. Sorry.
Not working, but good try.
That's all I know.
So that was voice cloning. You probably know it anyway. So what is it? It's about using a very small sentence. It's about 10 seconds they need now. With 10 seconds of sentence from any person, will give you a perfect clone of any voice. So you will be able to make them speak in any language, with every accent and with every tone. And this is very scary. So going forward, online services. So this was offline. Now we are going online. So what can we find online for free maybe? So QCode is something very nice because they are starting to generate full lessons. So I gave them, compare the role of characters in history or something like that, and it gave a PowerPoint full of interesting stories and something. But this is just experimental. I would suggest to wait a little bit or just use it as an agent, a companion for your job and presentations. Of course, Draw.ai is very good for diagram developing, but it is not exactly using AI.
Which one? Which tool was that?
Draw.io.
Draw.io.
Draw.io. But it's very classic, and you can easily ask to ChatGPT for the same results. Yes, but see if you want to do something different. We are close to the end. So EPT is quiz generation. So if you need to do some quick exams for your students, you can just give the topic like vectors and directions, and the EPT will give all the exam already done with the answers, the possible answers. The exam is already done. And you can modify it, of course. You can share to your students, and if you try to answer, it will give you, how good you were. So with one answer, you had 7 out of 100. So perplexity. Does anybody know perplexity? This is very important. It is one of the biggest competitors of ChatGPT. It does some search, and then let me go back. Okay. Search and AI assistant. So it's a bit better than ChatGPT for searching in every website, but still I would recommend to use Google first if you just need to search something, like how big is the Korean building market.
Where can I find the best restaurant?
Yes, or something like that. So, NotebookLM, this is the third best competitor to ChatGPT. What is it? This is very recent. It is out from a couple of weeks or even less. I mean, the free version and the most important version is just out. And it's an AI that can read your PDFs, it can read your documents, and that's easy. This is something that ChatGPT can already do. But NotebookLM can generate podcasts from your documents. So if you are running every Sunday morning, or you are driving to job and to home every day you can listen to your PDF researches while driving, hoping you're not to be distracted enough. And and you can upload it. I will skip this part. You can upload it from, of course, Google or links or paste your own text. Links means that you can, a document can be also a YouTube video. If you have 2 hours of seminars and you want them to be synthesized in 5 minutes of podcast, you can do it through that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
We can retire.
Yeah, totally.
So that's not Pukelem. I gave him a YouTube video about, what was that? Some research about vectors or something. So that's the summary. Revisiting feature prediction of learning visual representation. So it was a paper, and it gave me a synthesis with all the sources, and then I will skip this. It will generate a podcast. So now you cannot hear the podcast because there is no audio, but we are listening to the podcast. So one last that is very nice.
Is it like in high quality?
Super quality.
Really?
Yeah, it is totally convincing, and you will not tell that it's AI generated. But it's the main version is in English, and you need to ask him after the generation of the podcast to translate it in your language. So it takes a bit more of steps, but it's still good.
It is good, but be aware that this is the tool which is supposed to transfer the text to podcast, and podcast should be catching. So if in the article is written that they got some, I don't know, statistically significant results, the tool will make it extremely important. You know what I mean? Because the tool wants to make it catchy, so that could be a little bit of exaggeration. Yeah. Just to be aware.
Yeah.
It is true, but sometimes that's what I need, because in some papers...
No, I agree, but I also try it with my students. I give them the article to read, and I give them to listen to the podcast, and then we compare the information which they get. And whenever in the article is said, because it was the research method in education, whenever it was like, it is statistically significant, in podcast it was huge. But in the paper, not. You know what I mean? So it could be tricky. So
it doesn't go for practical significance.
Yeah, yes. You can be informed, but you cannot trust 100%. That's what I wanted to say.
So last but not least, characterized chatbots. This is very useful for students because you can make them chat with real characters in history. For example, I gave Abraham Lincoln, and I asked him, I don't know, if he likes hip-hop, if he would have liked hip-hop, or what he would have done with an iPhone during the war. And of course, he built up a strategy to use the iPhone during the war to communicate with his own soldiers. It was totally crazy, but it was really, it's about one of the presentations that we had today was maybe the geography one. We were talking about the fact that you need the people to understand the concept, not through memorizing the capitals or something. You need to help the students to go deeper into the subjects and understand how they are lived. Okay, so that's really useful because the students are free to ask something that is about life and they can memorize it very easily. So and I was chatting about his favorite song of the time. And okay, grammar correction, this is just something that you could use if you feel like you need some improvements. And it's AI improved. So this is why I would suggest it. Because it can, through AI, it can analyze your your grammar and make it better. This is Research Rabbit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Most of you will probably know it, and this is also a bit AI enhanced, and it's very good because lately research is using it to evaluate research itself.
Research Rabbit.
Research Rabbit. So it is very useful to evaluate research itself. So if you are going to, you find some research paper online and you are not sure if this is good or bad because okay, it has a good amount of citations, but they could be, self-citations or maybe, gathered by friendship or something like that. Here you can understand how good is that paper in terms of spread. So that's really good. And all the rest. So a good list that I would recommend is on this website, which
You
is...
won't recommend or would you recommend?
I would. I would recommend is Ditch That Textbook with a huge list of all the tools that I've been listing now and much, much more. So, and it's for education. So it's especially for education. You can use visualizing and lesson design and a lot of other tools that you could use. So thank you, and to Branko very fast.